Welcome to our VIP area at DPW 2022 in Amsterdam. And I'm thrilled to sit here with Elouise. Elouise from Carney. Welcome to this special area.
Thank you. I'm very happy to be here.
Yes, and you're actually in between two presentations, so we grabbed you from the stage to sit here and talk about your two books, actually.
Yes.
Yes. So but let's first start about your company, because you're working at Carney. So how is Carney related to digital procurement?
So Carney is a global management consulting firm, and we are really strong in procurement. We like to say we invented it back in the late 80s, early 90s. We own a lot of patents on strategic sourcing and other relevant materials. Fast forward to 2016, 2017, I started to sense a trend and change in the industry around digital procurement, and I staked a very early claim about how the future of procurement would change around digital. And I got very popular with it. It took off. It was the right time, the right message at the right place. And so I kind of shot out. The good news is I shot out as a thought leader ahead of everybody else, but I also bet my whole career on it. So it was a really risky move. And so it turned out to be very much, again, the right time, because Matthias created DPW shortly thereafter. A lot of venture capital, there's the same time venture capital put a lot of money in, and the industry and the profession was just ripe for a change.
Wow, you are in the middle of it. That's awesome.
I better to be lucky than good.
Yes. So, as a thought leader, you have written a book that was published last year.
Yep.
What was this book about?
So this book was about how to do a digital transformation in procurement. And I spent the first part of the book talking about our failures and sort of excising the failures and saying, okay, fine. And then, so we get that out of the way. And then we talk about what's this future vision? How do we do this? And then I talk about the business case and really get into what's the value of doing this. And then I conclude with, I asked a very simple question: is this real? Is all of this digital procurement real? So I did case studies, 3 case studies on 3 clients using this technology. And the results were very, very interesting. Put it all in the book, and the book has been a smashing success.
Yes, and you have given a presentation about this book already?
Yes. So quite a number. I'm a frequent public speaker about the book, and both privately with clients and publicly in situations like this.
At this conference as well, yes. And your next presentation is about your new book that will be published. So you're writing it. So I'm curious, will that book offer new insights into digital procurement?
Yes.
Yes. What is it about?
So my new book is what happens after you do the digital transformation. So you spend all this time and money doing a digital transformation. Now what? And really, a lot of the digital transformation is focused on the technology. And so my argument is that we need to work on the talent and the people and upskilling and changing how we operate and the skills that everybody has.
And what kind of skills do you need to be a perfect digital?
Oh, well, you need a lot more digital skills.
Uh-huh.
And digital skills are not something you can just take a class on. It's something digital is something you do, not something you learn. And so you have to be motivated. You have to understand the learning process, which involves a lot of failure. And most enterprises are not really big on failure, and because it's frowned upon. And so I really tease apart these concepts and try to get a roadmap or develop a roadmap for learning these skills or learning how to be digital.
Are there people who are already in the organization, do they also need new training? For example, the CEO.
Exactly.
Yes?
Exactly. And so in my world, I work very, in supply chain and procurement. So to me, the heads of supply chain and the chief procurement officers need this as much as every employee in their organization. So it's a top and a bottom, everybody in between.
If we look at the world, it's a turmoil.
Yes.
There's so much happening with the global warming and the pandemic and the crisis, and that must affect procurement as well.
Exactly. And in fact, the title of my book was Trade Wars, Pandemics, and Chaos. How
Really?
how digital procurement enables business success in a disordered world. So that was my so I was answering that question in the book, like how do we deal with, because the trade wars really sparked this for me, because everybody was unprepared, or at least in the US, was unprepared for all the chaos with the tariffs.
Exactly.
And
How
then the
can you
pandemic.
prepare? Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. But I can imagine that procurement needs to be more agile as well.
exactly a point in my book.
Oh,
because
right. I didn't
exactly.
read it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. Well, no, it's all. But yeah, you have to be more agile, and you
Yeah.
have to really do you have to do agile for procurement, not agile for agile's sake.
Do you have more case studies? I can imagine you will meet a lot of new people here at this conference to help with your book.
Yeah, so my new book has new case studies. In fact, I'm over here in Europe. Next week, I'm going to interview a client, and so I can build their case study. And there's just a lot of case studies to be written. And I also am a futurist, so I'm working forward of what are we not doing today that we should be doing.
Can you say something about it?
Yeah. So in my first book, I really took everything we knew about source to pay and this idea of a closed loop system, and I blew that up. I said, that's not going to work in a chaotic world. Like, we have to redo that. So I'm now doing something similar in my new book about taking the ERP system. This is like the system, and I'm saying we're in a post-ERP world, and that's gonna create my first book created a lot of drama. This idea will be much bigger than me, because it'll take decades for us to get beyond ERPs, but that's what we have to do to run tomorrow's business.
Sounds so exciting. I hope we can see your book at this conference as well.
I hope so.
Yes.
Somebody should tell that to Mateus.
Yes, that's a good one. So I wish you a good conference and good luck with your next presentation.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.